Things Fall Apart Chapter 1. At just 18, Okonkwo wins fame as the strongest wrestler in 9 villages and beyond, throwing Amaleng Zakat, who for 7 years had been unbeaten. Okonkwo's fame continues to grow over the next decades as he takes several wives and has children, but he lacks patience and is easily provoked into aggression, using his fists when he can't get his words out quickly enough. He also quickly grows impatient with unsuccessful men like his father. Okonkwo's father, Onoka, died 10 years earlier. He was known for being lazy and irresponsible, owing all his neighbors money. Onoka loved music, playing the flute with the village musicians after harvest. He lived a carefree life as a young man, visiting different markets to play music and feast. However, as a grown man, Onoka was considered a failure, and his wife and children had barely enough to eat. Even though people laughed at him and swore never to lend him more money, Onoka always succeeded in borrowing more and piling up his debts. A day when Onoka's neighbor Okoye comes to visit, bringing his goatskin to sit on, and Onoka takes out a kola nut for his guest. Onoka and Okoye argue about who should break the kola nut, and then speak for some time about health, harvest, and war. The last subject makes Onoka uncomfortable, because he dislikes war, and so he changes the subject to music. Finally, Okoye comes to the point of his visit. He wants to collect Onoka's debt of 200 cowries. Okoye approaches the subject in lengthy proverbs, which the narrator describes as the palm oil with which words are eaten, and when Onoka finally understands what Okoye wants, he bursts out laughing. Onoka points to chalk lines on his wall that represent his debts and settles the matter by saying that he will pay his big debts first. Okoye rolls up his goatskin and leaves. When Onoka died, he had no titles and was still heavily in debt. Okonkwo is very ashamed of his father, but wins fame for himself as the greatest wrestler in 9 villages, and as a wealthy farmer with 3 wives, 2 barns full of yams, and 2 titles. Although still young, Okonkwo is already one of the greatest men of his time. As a result, he comes to look after Ekemefuna, the doomed boy who is later sacrificed to the village of Umofia by their neighbors in order to avoid war.